And we're back once again, only on its Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call Blue Wire Hustle YouTube channel. Joining me here, we got 2-for-1 special. It is a brother and sister combo. They're still undefeated. She made a successful debut, and well, he took care of business very quickly on the all PBC Latin pay-per-view. I give you it's Gabriella and Sebastian. I give you it's the Fundora family here. So let's start off with Gabriella, then we'll go to you, Sebastian. When are you guys fighting next? When is your next fight coming up so we can both see you guys in action?
So I'll be fighting in Panama September 10th. Before a WBA interim title.
And for me, well, I guess Samson told you October. I didn't know anything about that, but if it's October, we'll be fighting in October.
All right, so we'll start off with you, Gabrielle. You made your first off. Congratulations on your pro debut. How nervous was it leading up to that fight, where it's like, okay, it's now real. There's no headgear. You know, the gloves are smaller, and oh crap, there's actually fans here. I thought this pandemic thing was gonna wipe out the fans. What the hell's going on? Why are all these people here?
No, it was a surreal experience and my brother was there to watch me fight. So I wasn't nervous or anything. It just was like more excitement than anything. Having been training prior to this, training for like 2-3 years already, we're getting ready, prepping for our first fight. So it was just awesome, very awesome.
And I'm guessing, Sebastian, you're more nervous than her. You're like, throw the left hand, throw the right hand. No, bob and weave, do it. Like, go. How nervous were you during her fight? More nervous than any of your fights, or were you just going, okay, she has it in the bag, I'm not worried. Throw the right hand.
When it comes to her, all my siblings, I would never get nervous for her in the amateurs, but these past 2 fights, I don't know why. I get to the point where I'm shaking, nervous for her. As soon as she gets into the ring and I see her throw the first jab, I'm back to normal. But I don't know, the anticipation, just waiting for the fight, it gets me nervous, way nervous. I don't get nervous for my fights, but when it comes to her now, I guess I get nervous.
And it's funny because every fighter I've talked to who has a sibling that boxes, it's like, yeah, we get more nervous about our brother fighting or our sister fighting. We do us. I mean, whether it's Daniel Dubois, whether it's Gary Russell Jr., even with Charles, like, yeah, we're fine. When our brother's fighting or our siblings fighting, we get nervous. So is that the same for you, Gabriella, where, when Sebastian fought on the pay-per-view card, you're like, okay, I can't watch this deal. God damn it. Throw the right hand, Sebastian. Throw the right hand.
Yeah, it's almost the same thing. I mean, I see him train, so it's like, he got this. But still, it's like, it's like for me, like I said, even with him, watching him fight, it's exciting. Like, okay, I want to see what he trained for to put it into the ring, and it's like, okay, like, it's the anticipation for the fight.
We're going to talk about both your last fights, and we'll start with this time, Sebastian. We talked about going into a fight. You, Jorge Cota, he has said, "Hey, I'm going to rough the kid up. I'm going to drag him to deep water. I'm going to make him realize this is going to be one of his usual fights." 4th round knockout. Congratulations. How much did you enjoy that? Where he was actually trash talking. You actually had a guy who thought, "Oh, I'm going to beat this kid," and you're like, "No. You're in for a rude awakening here."
Yeah, he wasn't no daisy. Yeah, that's not the first time anybody done that to me. They always want to trash talk, how they're going to teach me a lesson, how I'm a young fighter, and they'll teach me how the sport really is. But I've been in this sport my whole life, so I probably know as much as them. And that Saturday night, we showed the fans and himself that we're here to hurt you, and we're here to take over.
When did you realize you had that fight? Like, when did you realize that, okay, I can knock him out? He doesn't have anything more. I can knock him out now.
Yeah, I rocked him the first round. I was just waiting for the moment for him to break completely. Actually, I didn't even know he had a cut after, I think it was the second round. My dad told me he had a cut. I didn't even pay attention to that. I was just paying attention to how his body moved. And I kept seeing him getting wobbly after every round. So I was like, this guy, I'm going to walk through him.
I'm watching the fight, and I'm guessing, after the fight, your father and of course Gabriel, like, all right, God damn it, use your height, use your height. He's throwing bombs. Stop, just trying to get, inside. How much of that is just you, but you enjoy going in there and trying to, land the uppercuts, bully the guys around into the inside.
Well, he said he was gonna knock me out, and he said he was gonna bring he's gonna show me power, what power really is, and I show him that I'm the stronger fighter, I'm the one with the power, and I beat him in his own game.
As you said, it's a Fundora family here, and Gabrielle, you have now had 2 fights under your belt. Both times now it's been unanimous decisions. Take me back to the second one, because first one, I'm guessing they were nervous. Second one's like, okay, I now know what I'm expecting. You and Daya Smith, unanimous decision victory. What went right? Did anything go wrong? And what was your family saying after the fight? Like, okay, you really need to throw the uppercut, more body shots.
Yeah, there's always gonna be things that we need to fix, and we watched the fight over again, and yeah, I won unanimous, but we're always gonna have something to criticize. Even if it was a knockout, it'd be still something. Okay, we could throw 2 more, we could throw a hook more. There's always gonna be things to fix, but that's how we progress. So just gonna go back to drawing board and keep getting better.
What were you happy about in that second fight? I mean, what did you feel you improved on from your debut fight to the second fight?
Just more, instead of like the excitement, in the first fight, the excitement was the one that kind of like, oh, like it got the first wind kick in. But what coming into the second fight, it was just more okay, more relaxed. I already know how the feeling is. We were in the same Carson arena, so it was kind of almost like our backyard.
As you mentioned before, both you guys have upcoming fights. You're going all the way to Panama now, so, and it's for the WBA interim world female super flyweight title. How are they making sure that you don't get sort of, a kangaroo court and kangaroo judges? Because if we think American judging is bad, and it's kind of bad, overseas, it's worse sometimes. I mean, it's just no rules. Sometimes judges just make up stuff as they go along. We've seen, fans throw stuff in the ring. What is Samson doing to make sure, okay, yeah, this isn't just like you going down and the locals just decide, hey, we're having a lynch mob and we're going to screw this girl?
Well, that's why we train hard. We train hard for a knockout. So we can't leave it to the judges, no matter, even if there were American judges, it doesn't matter. It's up to me to bring the show and to bring my put my performance 100%. So it doesn't matter. We train for a knockout.
At what point are you hoping that you start getting sort of the same treatment though as the guys? No, when I mean same treatment, like 3-minute rounds, maybe more heavier gloves. Like, at what point are you going, okay, look, I'm a fighter. Treat me like everybody else. I don't care if I'm a girl, I'm a guy. Just treat me like a damn fighter. I want my 3 minutes.
I've been thinking that since a long time ago, but that's because I work the same amount of 3-minute rounds that I train. I train just like my brother. It doesn't matter if I'm a boy or a girl, but you gotta actually train for the time that you want. You can't just say, I want 3-minute rounds and train for a minute or 2 minutes. Can't have that. That doesn't happen. So knowing me, I know that I train for what I want. So I've been wanting it since a long time.
Sebastian, when we were talking off air, or even before that, or when we were talking with people around, this whole Spence Pacquiao, you were in the early stages of, hey, we're gonna put him on the card. He's gonna be on the card. Now it fell through, so you're fighting in October. Is there part of you that's disappointed? Like, man, I really had that. I was looking forward to that. Pacquiao-Spence. Everybody's gonna be watching. I'm gonna be part of this here. And how frustrating is it when it's not your fault? It's just your opponent just wasn't ready, or things didn't happen. And well, unfortunately, you now are left off the table.
There's several dates for this fight that was supposed to happen. We started camp like a week after that last fight with Kota. Like, we went right back into camp, like no time for rest at all. And we were promised August 7th at first, and then that switched into the Pacquiao date, and then that switched into the Canelo and Caleb Plant date, which fell through. And recently we were told that was September 25th was where we were gonna fight, and now you just told me October. So we just keep training. We just keep training. That's part of the job. Boxing changes all the time, so we get ready for everything.
What do you two do to sort of, break sometimes the tension of a gym? Because you're always in the gym, you're training, you're working, you're pushing yourself. It's not like, other sports where like, oh yeah, we're going to play football. And you just start slinging the football around. Or yeah, we're going to play basketball. You just start shoot hoops. It's a tough, every fight camp is a tough camp. So what do you two do for fun sometimes, just like that on that rare day off where it's like, okay, we need to do something, whether it's Xbox, whether it's just, go to the movies, whether it's, just something to, just get your mind, rejiggered or, relax. Like, what are some of the things you two do for fun that during fight camp that you can do and not worry about, okay, we're putting on pounds or we're, ruining our camp?
Fight camp is hard and everything like that, but we have it at our house. It's with our family, so it's not really that tough, at least for like, say, mentally. I always have my family with me. My gym's the backyard. I don't have to go driving anywhere, go through traffic or anything like that. I just have to do my job. The most I have to do by myself is, say, the morning run, but everything else, I have someone with me, my family or whatever. I go to a store, I'm with my family. I live with my family, so it's never really anything hard. I have to take time or do hobbies, and I just spend time with my family. That's all I do.
What about for you, Gabrielle? Because at the same time, you're still, under the age of 21. So I'm guessing there's times you just want to maybe have a day off, have a girl day, have a lady day, something where it's like, okay, I want to train all the day. I want to get sweaty. I don't want to just, have a crap beat out of me or beat the crap out of somebody. I want that one day where I could just go and relax.
Yeah, I'll just go. Like my brother said, I'll go. The most I'll go is during the week. It would be Walmart, which is like 2 minutes away, and we'll just go in there and we'll get an iced tea, and then that's I find that fun. And it's like, okay, this is what we do. We have like a little routine. So then we'll just come back and relax, spend time with the family. That's my relax. That's my meditation and calm.
Has it hit you yet that you two, and we'll start with Gabrielle, then we'll go to you, Sebastian, that you're no longer, kids doing this here. You're now full professionals. You have fan clubs. You have people who follow you. You have kids who look up to you. Does it ever get sort of, overwhelming where it's like, oh, crap. Actually, I have people who are, they're looking up to me as a role model here. Oh, God damn it, I can't, So, you start watching, like, okay, Curse can't do this here. Does it ever get sort of, humbling where all of a sudden you've become what you looked up to? You guys had your role models. Now you're a role model for this next generation coming up, going, we won't be like Gabriella, or we won't be like Sebastian.
I just actually started getting it now, and because I'm always watching my brother and how he gets into fans always just coming up to him and watching, like, oh, Fundora, I've seen you fight, and I really like how you fight. And actually, this last month, I got my first like people coming up to me and saying, oh, I saw your fight, went to your fight, watched your fight, and it's just awesome. It's a new experience and really great.
Yeah, and then it's always humbling when we go to the schools and we talk to the kids and they look up to us and they ask you how tall you are, maybe nothing about boxing, but they look up to you. We go to fights or I get messages on social media from different countries on, hey, my coach told me to watch you, to look you up. Do you have any techniques or advice for me to have my first amateur fight coming up? Do you have any advice for me? And it's nice to have people look up to you, and it's a humbling experience.
At the same time, both you guys now, it's getting to also the point where within a year or so, you might be fighting for a big title, whether it's Sebastian versus Vicharlos or Sebastian versus Brian Castano, if he still has a title, to hey, Gabriella versus Diana Thorson at bantamweight, 2022 fall. That's a big fight to make it for America and the world. I mean, is there a part of you guys now that you're looking going, okay, we got to start now getting ready and preparing for the elite level fighters. We got to start, getting ready, when that moment comes that we're not overwhelmed by, oh crap, we're fighting for the world title. We're fighting for big money. We're fighting on TV. This is pretty big here.
No, we've been working hard for this. We've been working hard for this. I think the rate we're going at is the right rate. Our whole team works to get us in that position, and now that we're in this position, we're gonna do what we need to do, and that's become the world champion.
Gabriella, same thing to you. As we said, you're starting with Natty in Panama. It's going to be you versus Natty Delgado. I'm guessing within a couple weeks, it might be, or even a year, it might be you versus, dare I say, Marlon Esparza, or you versus Diana Thorson. Are you looking at this now going, all right, within a year, I might be ready for, the big mega fight, TV fight versus Olympian, world champion. It's coming very quickly. I gotta be, this is almost a reality now.
Yeah, just like my brother said before, we train for becoming world champions. So always gonna look forward, and it's coming close. So just keep on our toes and rock and roll.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are proud to have, as I said, one of the rising boxing families in the business, and these two right now are still undefeated, and they hope to keep that way come their next fights. I give you, it is none other than Gabriella and Sebastian. I give you, it is the Fundora family. Before I let you two go, we'll start with Sebastian. We'll go with you, Gabriella. Where can fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website? Where can fans hit you up at?
You can find me on Twitter at SebFundora1, and then on Instagram at Seb_Fundora. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Gabriella Fundora, or Twitter, Gabriella Fundora1.
Gabriella and Sebastian Fundora, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are honored and pleasure to have them on the show. Stay tuned for more great action coming up once again, only on its Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on it is the Last Call Blue Wire Hustle YouTube channel.